Hi, lovely people. Mugamba muti, how are you? How is everyone? Sorry. Let me first put on a sweater because it's cold. It's cold. It's cold here. We already cut our pattern, so we are just going to cut out. We'll air out, cut, and then sew. So give me a minute. A minute. You know English is not easy. Oh. English is not easy. English is not easy. Where is my phone? Why is my phone? Did I check? My God. Don't tell me someone is calling me at this time of the day when I'm going live. Oh, okay. All right. So, give me a minute. I prepare everything I need to prepare so we can start. How is everyone doing? How is life? How is your day? Is it, what time is it? Is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? Is it what? What is it really? So give me a moment. I check. Then we can start. Tinze nazula bitansala. Yamagusila. Who is that one on my phone? Yeah? Who is on my phone sending me notifications? Right. We are here. We are here. So, okay. So, we are here. All right. Let me check someone who needs me here, then we can begin.
Hey, my darling. How are you, sweetheart? Ekyalaani kyange sikisetingangako era ekyamazima amatuufu ndabika nina okutuula nkebere videos ndabe nga ekiba kisetinga
ekiveera nkiraba ekiveera kimpi ekiveera kya buluzi omuba musaiti okakole busimba bwoti ndaba akalinga akaveera kennyini nga buno obwabuntu osobola okukabuluzaamu eno wansi then noka opening up side emu. Ekyokubiri kye observinze kyendabye kyembadde njagala okugamba kanzire mukebere nkubuulire. Ekirala kyembadde nkugamba kansuubire nti wataddemu sewing allowance. Jjukira measurements zo bw'ozimala ozikola oyongeramuko inchi emu ey'okusala. Inchi emu eyo gy'otungirako okitegeera. Kwaba olukola nga exactly lukutuuka lubeera lugenda terujja kuyitamu oba ntegeerekese. Nange ngenda kukolako wano live, njagala kgendako wano live naye nga kyekyo mukwano kyekyo. Sorry my dears, I'm back. I'm fully back. So let me first extend this one. I hope my camera does not disturb. I hope I'm trying to set my camera in the right position. No. Give me a minute, just 1 minute. 1 minute and we shall begin. 1 minute and we shall begin. 1 minute. Minute. All right. So, as I told you, give me 1 minute. Over minute. I don't know. Something might be like interfering. Give me a moment, please. I'm going to get back. I'm trying to get a clear picture. Oh my God. Hey. Content creation is not for the weak. Banai, hi everyone, thank you for joining. I'm setting up something here. Give me a minute. A minute. Okay. Banai, abali ku TikTok. Who joined? I need to adjust my camera a little bit. Kubanga siraba bulungi. So that I can see people who are joining very well. Just pray for me that my camera does not fall down, because the way I've placed it, hey, okay, I'll use that. So we are going to cut our dress. We already did the pattern drafting. No, 256, thank you for joining. We already did the patterns, and this is my pattern. This is my back, and this is my front pattern. So I'm going to cut out these patterns and then sew. Okay, I'm going to cut out and sew. But now you keep liking the live, like the live and share the live. Okay, please like the live. All right, so we are going to use this, our luxury fabric, as usual, as usual. So I'm putting this aside. I'll cut one by one. First, I'm going to cut the front. This is the front, and I'll cut, this is the front like this. So in case you did not see where I started from, I uploaded a video of how I did this, how I reached this stage on my YouTube. So you can check out the video on my YouTube. Whoever is joining, thank you for joining, because I cannot see very well. I'm trying to place my camera where everyone can see what I'm doing. Hey. So we are using this as our fabric. It's luxury fabric, as you see it. So yeah, we are going to cut 4 pieces of each. Okay, we are going to cut 4 pieces, not all, but 4 pieces for lining and for the main fabric. So I'm going to begin with this. This is the side front. I'm going to cut 4 pieces of this. So I'm going to fold in like this. I'm going to fold in like this and cut. When I'm cutting, I leave a sewing allowance of 0.5 on this line. Okay, you can leave 1 inch or 0.5 depending, but I advise that you don't add too much sewing allowance that will not take out. You know, if the sewing allowance is too much, sometimes you fail to remove it out and it makes your dress or whatever you're sewing bigger. So please don't put so much sewing allowance. Put necessary 0.5, 0.75, like that. That's what I use. Yeah, that's what I use most times. So you pin. All right, so we are going to cut this first, and I'm adding 0.5 here, or 1 inch. Let's add 1 inch, and I use my eyes to measure the 1 inch, and I'm using 0.5, and I'm using my eyes as well. But now, if you don't know how to use your eyes, don't use them. get a measuring tape and place it on your fabric and measure around. But me, I'm used to using my eyes, so I can know that this is 0.5 and this is 0. Sometimes it's not exactly, but yeah, I go with that. So I'm not adding sewing allowance here. I already added sewing allowance when I was cutting my pattern on this side. So abali ku TikTok bannange njagamba lwaki yeeyogeza oluzungu bannange. I'm recording this for YouTube as well as TikTok. So I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on TikTok at the same time. So I'm recording this for my YouTube. Banayimunsonyiwe aboogera Oluganda abaakoowa Oluzungu. So I'm cutting the side back as well. So I'm placing my side back. Remember, we have to add sewing allowance here as well. So we need these days. Arnold, how are you? Arnold Nails. Ogambachi Arnold Nails. Abamusi balaba. Naiga, is it? Jagwe Frank, thank you for joining. But I'm liking a live. I'm sharing it, please. And those on my YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Yes, you'll be notified when I put up a new video or when I go live. Those are to take it again. So I'm cutting this part as well. Yeah. Probably I'll post this dress tomorrow. Maybe. I told you I add sewing allowance of 0.5 inches like this and 0.5 inches all around. Okay, this side I don't add because I already did in the pattern. And on the armhole, I don't add sewing allowance. Momokono nze songeramu sewing allowance. Wano omukono ogugenda wano. Abamu bongeramu, but me, I don't add sewing allowance in my armhole. I don't. Okay. So we are cutting the center front piece. Yes. Piece here center so center front piece we cut it on fold and we are cutting two pieces. Why? Because it is supposed to be on fold. So I'm placing it like this. Okay. Penina, how are you? Amanya no ningisa malingize Pressy, how are you? CEO bachi awusirabye wawasooka. Something CEO, how are you doing? Someone asked me, ebyo ddala gwabitunga ibaana mmwe. Bana, why do you joke a lot? But I'm liking a live, but dear. But darling, please like the live. But I teach sewing online. I don't offer physical classes. If you're interested in learning how to sew online, I emphasize online. So location here. You want to learn to sew online? I'm here. I don't have a physical location as now, maybe Mase, you shall get a location. Tomanya. Yeah. You never know, maybe. So we are cutting this. This is the center back as well. So we are going to cut it. For this, we are cutting 2 pieces. It's not cut on fold. Yum. We don't add sewing allowance here, okay? We don't add sewing allowance here. Already we added sewing allowance and zip allowance. And if you're interested to study online, please, my number is in my TikTok bio. So on my TikTok bio, you can contact me. If you're outside Uganda, you add the Uganda code +256. Yeah. If you're in Uganda, the number, use it as it is. All right. So we are remaining with only straps. So I'm cutting 4 pieces. Okay. Okay. So for the front, this is the front strap. Bana yabajoininze mu liking life eno bannange. You people. Please like the life. Tuli ku kireero. What are we on? So I'll add a small sewing allowance here. Yeah. And a small sewing allowance here. Not so much. And here I'll not add. I already added. This was a sewing allowance. And here I will add something small. So you can add 0.5 to 1 inch. This is our front strap. So we are cutting the back strap. This is bigger than the front, so we need something bigger. This will not be enough. Let me cut this here and join it here like this, and then use it. Hopefully it's enough. Yeah, it's enough. Yes, thank you for liking. Wycliffe, is it? Omanya amanya ningiza malingisi. Amanya ningiza malingisi. I placed my camera in the wrong place. Yeah. So amanya ningiza malingisi. So thank you for liking, my dear. Lugambo tia. How are you? How are you? Banai, if you want to learn sewing, contact me. My number is in the bio. Yeah, you contact me and tell me I want to learn sewing. I teach you. You pay some money, small money, pocket change. You pay some pocket change. It's not expensive. It's not so expensive. Banai, what happened? It's not expensive. It's pocket change. So, yeah, you add something to yourself. Like a skill. You never know where it helps. Personally, I'm not doing sewing as my job, but I earn something from it, you know? No, but anyway, I'm not. Why should I learn it? It might be a side hustle. To me, it's a side hustle, but I earn from it. I earn some money from it. I get some little customers. I do the teaching. I do content creation. So yeah, don't say binyambira wa bikuyamba bannange. Bikuyambira ddala. So we are done with cutting all our pieces. Okay. So we are going to join these pieces. After we shall add this. So before even that, let me cut this out as well and see what I need. Yeah. So you can learn sewing. If you have the passion and you're interested, by the way, passion is very important. When you love something, you'll do it. You'll do it. You'll push yourself. You know, what can I do? What can I do? I tried different skills and I was like, you know. But after some time, I started sewing and I liked it. So, yeah, if you're interested in sewing, you can contact me and tell me I want to learn. I will help you to learn. Yeah. And also, in case you have a request video, you want me to do a video of any dress, anything, you can contact me. Maybe. I'll say maybe because I don't know everything. And I can do it. Yeah. So I'm placing this here. So I'm going to gather this. I'm going to gather it. So that's why I've made it double. It's for gathering. Okay. I'll put that aside and I'll cut another layer. So you skill yourself. One job is no longer enough. You can be. I also have my profession, but yeah. Nga wokola ogumu ng'oyiya n'ekirala ekiddako. So I'm cutting this on fold. Okay. So we have everything ready for this kind of sewing. So tugenda kutunga kati. We are going to join these pieces together. But first, let me arrange. This is the back, and this is going to be placed here. So, let's join the pieces together. So I'll get my machine. If you don't have a machine and you need a machine, check online whether I have machines or what. There are machines that are cheap, but you have to take caution also. If you're buying a machine, you check the reviews. Hey, you don't just buy foi. You check the reviews. Those people who bought the machine, what did they talk about it? Yeah, if the reviews are good, you buy. And don't buy too cheap also, because cheap things are expensive. Cheap things are expensive. You might want something too cheap You say I want a machine of 100, they bring it for you because everything is there. For 100, for 50 dirham. They bring it for you, you sew for it one day and it's done. So ng'oyagala ebya layisi weegendereze, but you can get a good price. So in machine nagigula 400 something there. Eze Uganda mitwalo ana jalinga ana mumeka. Jalinga mwana awo. Oh my God. Jalinga mwana mwawo. But it's good. Sente zaayo zaggwayo dda, I mean profit, eh? Ndi magoba. So you can check for prices online, by sales, Amazon. Yeah, you can check for local retailers, nabo batunda. You can check for reviews, the guarantee. Can you return it if it does not work for you? If you know you check all that and know before you buy, because you can buy and they don't have a return policy. What do you do? So you have to buy with caution first, and then yeah, you buy. You buy. Yeah. All right. So we are going to join our pieces. I'll remove the pins. Remember, we have 4 pieces. If you can pin, pinning, ateekako pini. Pinning helps you or gundi obutatambula, eh? Kwata pini zo n'oteekamu bw'oti. Kino kikuyamba okustabilizinga bw'ogenda okutunga. Okitegeera. Kanseeko wansi katini. And you remember the sewing allowance you put. Bw'oba ataddemu sewing allowance was 0.5, ate totunga 1 inch bannange. Olugoye obeera olufunza, eh? So if you left a sewing allowance of 0.5, that's what you're supposed to sew. So I left 0.5 and I'm going to sew out 0.5, okay? Yeah. Lwaki mpulira empewo leero? Material wala kizale nno tatundika kunaye. Olina okugolola olugoye lwe, buli w'otunga olina okugololawo obikkula wano bw'oti. Wano eno. Anti material waffe mumanyi tagololwa. But if you're using fabric, you have to open up the seams and iron. Okay, roza tutageeraganye kanda kandoogere bulungi. How was this placed even? Sikola ebifu essaawa eno. Sikola ebifu essaawa eno. Wait. Right. So eno paati egendako bweti. Opiininga lwakuba nze sipiininze bannaye munsonyiwe. Sipiininze munsonyiwe naye olina okupiininga kati neera nange binsumbu. Let me pin. I don't like pinning, but it saves you time and wastage. Yinza obbyonoona. Okay. So, kiseemu ey'omugongo ewedde. So these pieces are supposed to face each other. Naddala ono material afaanagana olina okuba omwegendereza. You have to be careful how you place things. So, tugenda kusewinga another part. As I said, you pin back. Nange ebitali bipininga ebinsumbuwa, you pin. And who's this one who reposted? Aziz, thank you for reposting. No, not Sima. Erinnya linneme. Erinnya likanye. And thank you for joining, everyone. Please like the live. Yes, please like the live. Yeah. So we cut off these excesses. And this is what we have. So this is the main fabric. I'm going to cut the lining pieces. Okay, so we did the main fabric and the lining at the same time. Anayinza amanya gammwe oluusi sigalaba. Munansonyiwa. Munansonyiwa baddalingi. Mugenda kunsonyiwa busonyi. Busonyi kubanga nange siraba bulungi gundi. Sibalaba bulungi. So ne lining tuzimaze. So we are done with sewing the back part. Now we are going to sew the front part. This is our back part. If you're dealing with fabric, you have to iron out. But since we are not dealing with fabric, we are not ironing anything, okay? Yeah. So I'll put this aside. The back piece is done. Now I'm going to deal with the front piece. John Rich, I'm from Uganda, but I'm in the UAE. Yeah. Someone is asking me, where are you from? Banange. I'm Ugandan living in the UAE. Yes, banayi liking live, but dear. Please like the live. Please like the live. So we are going to join the front piece. This is our front piece. So we are going to join the front piece. Abanayambala omushanana mwangu gwe simala guno gwe mushanana nze simanyi munambuulira. You will tell me when the video is out if this is the mushanana or what. Which tegeera baddiya, but darling, Coach Fred, how are you doing? So we are going to join the front pattern. Yeah, and remember the front was on fold, so we just get this part. This was on fold, and we get this part one, and we are going to join it here. So you have to make sure that these parts are in alignment. Byonna gye biggweera birina okuba nga bibalansinga. It has to balance by fire, by force. By fire, by force. Okay, so I'm going to sew this out. By fire, by force. Chimera joined. How are you, Chimera? How are you doing? Jaman, Jakana, how are you doing here? Amanya agamu no sigalaba. Tenywa ha bana yerinnya nga liganyiri mukwano. Erinnya linneeganye. And unfortunately, I cannot invite anyone today because my camera position cannot allow me. If I remove the camera from its place, I'll disorganize everything. So for the guests another time. For the guests another time. So when you're sewing this kind of darts, you have to take it slow. Take it slow. Right, so we are going to join this part as well. And you have to make sure that at the end of the day, these points are joining. These ones, you see, this is the under bust point. So yonna gye biggweera wano walina okuba nga wabalansinga wano. So I'll start it. I'll remove that pin and start again. So what you can do, you can pin around. You pin around and make sure that this is in alignment. But I'll not pin. I know how to sew it. But if you don't know and you're not sure, you just pin all around, and at the end of the day it will balance. Okay, yeah. And after some time with experience, you will get everything right. Experience is the best teacher after all. So we are done with one part. I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to get my scissors and notch. I'll notch these curved parts. It helps reduce the tension on these threads, and you have to iron using a tailor's hammer. If you don't have a tailor's hammer, you can use a towel or a cushion, yeah, so that you can iron out this in a good way. And make sure when you're notching, you don't cut the threads. You don't reach the thread, you just notch a little bit away, not so far and not so close. All right, so you have to iron, but you know our problem is our fabric. We cannot iron it. Okay, so we shall leave it like this. I'll put that aside as well. So I'm going to make this part. Ethan, thank you for joining. Ezra, Ethan, Ngenda, Sandy, thank you for joining. Maria, thank you for joining. Please like the live. Yes, and share the live. Okay. So we are going to notch here as well. If you want the video before this, how I came to this pattern, you can check my YouTube. Yeah, the link is on my bio. Yeah, I uploaded a video of how I cut this. So you can check out, check out and the lives I made on YouTube. So you have to be careful that you don't cut the fabric. So this is what we have. Now we are going to put on our sleeves or straps. So we have one piece is for the lining and the other piece is going to work as the main fabric. So you can make this without this sleeve or strap, but but some of us we cannot, we cannot move with open body up. Due to what? To our age. There is an age you reach and you like, I don't feel comfortable putting on something that is open from up. Yeah, but if you're comfortable with it, you can just stop here, join the upper pieces. It's okay, very okay. But if you don't feel comfortable, then you can join the straps on. Okay? Yeah. Those are tutegeeraganye. So we have sewed the sleeves on. Now straps, not sleeves. My English is not Englishing. And I oluzungu lulimi lugwira. Eh? Hey dear, how are you? I didn't even see your name. You greeted me, I didn't see your name. My concentration was here. So, Manai, forgive me if I don't reply you. My camera is placed up. Yeah. So, don't judge me. Nasimbwa joined. Hi, Nasimbwa. How are you doing? My camera is up. So, I might not see there very well. Don't get offended when I don't answer you. Sometimes I've not just seen. But say, dear. So we shall sew this as well. Enjoy. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. All right. So I'm going to join the front piece with the back piece. There are a lot of ways to join anything used with a lining, but I'm going to use this. So I'll first join the seams, the side seams. Remember, we left a sewing allowance of 1 inch on this side. You can sew it out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I joined wrong. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be on this side. So, why this part is not balancing with the front? How did I join this? Wait, what's happening? What's going on? Huh? Look, I'm supposed to join like this. This line is not balancing because I took away a bust dart on the front. So that's why it's not balancing. But either way, I'm going to leave it like that because you know that our back waistline is shorter than our front waistline. So I'm going to leave it as it is. I'll just trim it off, the excess. So I'm going to join the side seams first, here and here. Also for this part, let me arrange everything, then sew together at once. So for this part as well, I'm going to join the side seams. And I'll do the same for this part. supposed to cut off all the excesses. Okay, so we are done with one. Let's do the other as well. All right, so we are now done with our pieces. So we are going to join the lining with the main fabric. Either of these sides can be the lining and either of these sides can be what happened. So we are going to join the main fabric with the lining, and I told you either of this can be the lining and any of this can be the lining or the main fabric because they are all the same, they look alike. Okay, so what we are going to do, I'm going to begin by sewing the neckline. Okay, you place this together. If you're dealing with fabric, you have to open up these seams and make sure you iron before you even try to join. You open your seams and you iron them flat. Okay, so I don't do that because of this kind of fabric, but you're supposed to do that. So you're going to join the points, each point to its look alike. You have to make sure that things are in the right order. Huh? They are in the right order. Yeah. make sure that the points are connecting. Okay, so I'm going to start with my neckline. So I'll first do the necklines only. Remember to place your seams flat, iron them very well, and before and after then you can do this. Go to this step. If you have not ironed them well, don't do this step. Do when you ironed your seams flat. When they are really, 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 really flat. So this is one of the ways you can join your lining. So I'm just joining the front neckline and the back neckline first. So I'm going to do the neckline. This is back neckline, this is front neckline, this is back neckline. I'll do that first, then I'll see what to do next. Okay, so let's do just that, and then we shall see what to do next. Next. So I'll start with this side. I'll start with here, go to the front, go to the back again. Okay. So pin everything. While you pin, it stays in place. You don't say, this is not out, this is now out of place. If you pin, everything will stay in the right place. If you learn to sew plastic bag, you even can sew water. Because plastic bag is not for the weak. Hey! If you learn to sew plastic bag, you can sew water as well. Yeah, but by the way, that's a joke, but I just mean that plastic bag is not so easy to sew with. It's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as it looks like. Brian, how are you? Anil, how are you? What's this name? Huh, I can't see the last name. Oh my God. Mweru, how are you? So, I've finished sewing around the neckline, the front and the back. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to notch on these parts. Okay. I'm going to notch on these parts. So the sharp corners, you have to notch. If you don't, you'll get issues when you turn your whatever you're sewing inside out. So I'm going to come on this neckline and cut out these corners and notch as well. Make sure I don't cut out. Hey, you see what I did? Oh my goodness, I cut it. You have to be careful. And this my fabric is, hey, just cut small, small and it's done. All right. So we are going to come on this corner as well and cut out. Okay. So after doing that, we are going to turn. Okay. So we are going to turn and sew in the ditch. We are going to top stitch. You see inside this line, this one, where we have sewn, we are going to sew again in that ditch, exactly in that line. On all the lines, on the front neckline and on the back neckline, all across. So it's what I'm going to do now. You sew in the ditch. In the ditch. You top stitch. So you take it slow. Tewali kugoba mpola mpola. So this song is not easy when you begin, but as time goes by, you understand how to make it. So you'd rather take it slow than hurrying up and not doing it right. Okay. Hey, you know the stupidest thing I've done? I sewed on the wrong one. Oh my god. I went wrong on this line. Hey, I have to redo again. Start from somewhere and continue. So I'll just continue. So I just did it continuous. I did not stop somewhere. I just continued. So we have finished top stitching. So we have finished the top stitching part. You can see our neckline now, it's well defined. Okay, so this is now our neckline. It's getting shape. Okay, so after top stitching it, we are going to now sew. We are going to sew the armholes. You're going to sew the armholes as well. So arrange everything in the right order. Make sure that these seams are connecting like this. And make sure these seams are connecting as well, like this. And make sure this part also connects like this, and this part as well. And this part. Okay, so every seam must join to its other seam, because the lining and the real fabric are supposed to be equal. So you make sure that everything is in alignment. Okay, so I'm now going to sew the armholes, join them, and then we shall see what next. Please like the live, but yeah, please like the live. Like the live. Share, comments. And my YouTube family, I love you so much right now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Okay, so we are going to join the armhole, and yeah. So we are done with this side, this armhole. So we are going to join this as well. So please, dears, please like the live. Yes, like the live and follow. Follow. I do sewing tutorials here. I don't usually come live on TikTok, but yeah, I post. I come not always, but sometimes. All right, so I'm done with joining my armhole. So this is how I join my lining to my main fabric. Okay, so there are many ways to do that, but this is the way I use most. Yeah, this is how I join it. I leave the shoulder and come back to it later. So I'm going to notch around the armhole to create ease. Okay. I'm going to notch on this side as well. I'll leave the rest. So you check for the pins, remove the excess threads. So after reaching this stage, we are going to turn this inside out. Okay. So you have to iron out. You have to iron everything well. So whichever side you choose, because this fabric looks alike. The lining and the main fabric, they are all the same. So we are going to join our shoulder line. There is something like a curve here. Okay, like this. So we are going to join this to this and this to this. So what we are going to do, you're going to hold, you come and hold here like this. Okay, you can pin here as well, and then come from the inside. Let me leave the pin, it might pierce me. You come from the inside, turn, and after turning, you see how it is. So after doing this, you just come on your machine and sew. Make sure that the seams are aligned. This side is on this side. Okay, make sure the seams are aligned. That's all you have to make sure. So after doing this, you just come and sew. So after that, you just pull this out, and that's it. Okay, this is how I sew my lining piece to the main fabric. You just pull out and it is done. You don't see anything from here. Okay, so you do the same for this side. You place it like this, how it is supposed to be, and you come and hold from here like this. You come from inside come and pull from the inside. Okay, so after this, you have to make sure the seams are in alignment. Then you come again and sew. So it's as simple as that. Yeah. So after sewing, you just pull this as well, and around you have this. So now our lining and main fabric are aligned. Okay, so here we just need to place zipper, but I'm going to add a down part. Remember, we cut these up pieces. And this part, remember, it was a bit longer from the back. So you have to make sure you cut off the excess from the back. So I'm going to align the back well. Make sure that the seams are in alignment, and I'm going to cut off this part. All right. So we had these pieces, and I'm going to split it like this. We are going to measure around this. So we are going to take a measurement around this, my waistline. So it's 37.75. Okay, I have to shape here as well. That's 7.5. So that's 7.5 multiplied by 2 is what? Banayinza okubala kwagaana. Math is not mathing. So 37 times 2 is what? 74. Really? $74? I failed. I did not fail, but I just passed. So 37 times 2. 37 times 2. I will not struggle. You know, this measuring tape is very good. It will just help you simplify the mathematics. What's happening? Give me a minute. I check something here. I can't get my YouTube, so I have to check and see that I'm on. So that 7 times 2 is Nasamba. How are you? That's 7 times 2. I'll use the measuring tape. I was telling you that's 7.5 times 2. You just do like this. You'll get the measurement. So it's 75.5. Okay. So I was right. That's 7.5 is times 2 is 30. It was 34. That's 7 times 2 was 34. So we got 75. Okay. So 75, we have to use 75 inches and make gathers. So when I look at this, it's not 75. This is 39. 29 times 2, which is 58. Nayo kubala kwagana. 58, I think. So this will not be enough. I have to add extra. So I'm going to cut it. I already did. So I'll cut this as well. I'll cut this as well. And join here like this. You know, this our fabric has no wrong and right side. Whichever side we find, we use as the right or the wrong side. So it doesn't really matter. If you're using real fabric, all right. So you need at least 75 inches. So let's try to measure. Let's try to measure 75 inches. If it's more, I'll still leave it. So this is 29. This is 45. This is 60. Okay, we need 75.5. So this is excess. This is extra, but you can decide to leave it or you can decide to cut part of it. So I'm going to cut here. So I've used roughly 80 something. This is 80. Okay, 87 is okay. So I'm going to sew a straight stitch on this piece. So if you have a gathered you have a gathering foot, they are presser foots that are for gathering, you can use that. But since I don't have it, I'll just sew with the straight stitch. Here there is tagali. when I reach here, I'll make another line. So I just turn and make another line. Okay. All right. So after this, we are just going to gather. You pull the bobbin thread. There is one of these two threads that moves. One of them can move. Where is the thread? Yay! Don't tell me I backstitched. Wait. Don't tell me I backstitched. There is a thread that has to move on one of these. So you just pull the bobbin thread, and when you pull, this will move. I got a glitch somewhere. So I'll turn the other side and pull. Again, I'll pull the bobbin thread. So we are going to pull on the first line as well. All right, so we are going to make sure that this fits on this. So since it does not fit, we have to expand it a bit. You make sure you at least equally distribute. If you can't, try. You try to make the gathers equal. Of course, they cannot be equal. You are not a computer. But try to distribute them evenly. Make an effort. So I see it's gathered more on the other side than it is on this side. So okay, so we have to make sure we have 37.5. okay, 0.75. So we come measuring around to see how much we have. We have 33, so we have to add 4.75 inches. So we are going to make it wider a bit on this side. Okay, this side looks more gathered. You can come on this side as well, but we shall leave this side. This side is spaced enough. So you touch a little bit, not so much, and try to pull. Why I put 2 lines is the gathers with 2 lines look more beautiful. And another thing is sometimes the 1 line breaks. If it breaks, at least you have a backup plan. Okay, so you make 2 lines, 2 straight stitches, you pull. So at least if 1 breaks, you have the 1. Okay, so you're going to take the measurement again to see if we have the measurement we need. We have it. Okay, we need other 2 point something inches. Again, I'm taking. Okay, I hope they are now. Okay, let me add a little bit more. And then you do like this. All right, so I'll take the measurement one more time. If I don't have it, I'll just sew. If I don't have the right measurement again, I'll just sew. I need to split here a bit. Together here, it's too spaced. Okay, here as well. So we need this thing at least to show some evenness, to be even. So I'm going to take again the measurement, 6, 15, 19, 24, 30. Okay, now it's more than what we need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull in a little bit and secure the threads. If you don't secure the threads, it is possible again what you made will become wider. So you have to, I'm going to secure here so that it cannot become more, is it wide or more wider? Yeah. So I'll cut off here, and then I'll come this side as well, and I'm going to take in a little bit. Remember, we had extra 2 inches, so I took in a little bit, and I'm going to close here as well, so it cannot expand anymore. Okay, so whatever we have now, that's it. Oh my God, whatever we have now is what we are going to take as the right measurement. All right, so I'll cut here as well. Now you have to come and look inside here. If there are some spaces that are not equally distributed, you can distribute them, the gathers, because now it cannot become any long, it can't become longer. So you can come in here and try to do an equal distribution of the gathers. So that's it, we are done. Now you're going to get the center. So you're getting the center and notching it, okay? And come here as well and get the center and notch. So this is my center. I'll notch on it a little. So after doing that, I'm going to join my so I'll place this part on this notched part, okay, and I'll pin. So you're going to pin around. Do that before sewing, so that you know if you have excesses, you can do adjustment. You can easily do adjustment if you pin and you see that you have excess. If you don't pin, you might find a surprise at the end of the sewing. So I'm putting this here like this. Okay, so here this side we are good to go. So we are going to come on this side as well and pin. So when we pin, you just sew straight. You don't need to take time arranging, no, you just sew through your pins. And if you measured very well, you'll not have shortages. If you measured very well and you're sure I measured well, you'll not have shortages on your fabric. So take caution while measuring so that you get everything right. Okay, so we are going to sew around. Check on both sides that everything is straight. Okay, we don't need any wrinkling in this part. If you get it, try to stretch a bit. These are gathers, they can stretch. If you get any wrinkled parts, try to stretch a bit and make sure that there is no wrinkling on this part, the inside part, because of course this is a gather, it has no problem, but this inside, this part, you have to make sure there are no wrinkled places. It has to be all straight. So we are going to put on our machine and sew. Okay, but now dear, like the live since Bruno, how are you? Mugisha, how are you? What's this name? Muijo. Aisha, how are you, Aisha? Please like the live. Yes, so we are going to sew all around. Okay, so I'll cut off this first. So when you have pinned, you just sew. You don't need to remove the pins. You can remove the pins later, or you can sew as you're removing them, depending on what you want. If you want to remove them as you sew, that's up to you. If you want to sew and remove them later, that's also up to you. So whatever you want to do. All right, so we are removing the pins. Make sure you remove everything. Okay, there is a pin here, I don't see. Okay, so make sure you remove all the pins, all of them. So I want to remove this second line. Yeah, remember I made 2 straight stitches, so I'm removing the second straight stitch, the one down. I want to remove it from I don't know where my ripper is. So I'm just removing it out. If I leave it, it might distort the appearance of my dress, how my dress looks from the outside. So you have to be careful. This is delicate fabric, you see here. So you have to be careful. Since this is plastic, it rips easily. But if you're using fabric, no problem. There is no problem with fabric, but with plastic, So this I'm removing is not the one I've just sewn. The one I put in the beginning, the line that was passing down the second line is what I'm taking out. So let me not confuse you. So if these threads appear on my dress, it will not look good. So that's why I'm taking them out. Okay. Okay, so here we are. I've removed the second line of threads. So this is what we have. I have a pin here. So you have to be careful to remove everything. If you don't, you give the customer the dress, you get trouble. Okay. Where did this come from, by the way? Oh. I'll cut it away. So inside of the ripping, there is a ripping here. So this is it. This is it. I'm going to place my zipper here, but I'll join first now. I'll do the zipper part later. Okay, so I'm going to join. When we are making our pattern, we left a zipper allowance of 1 inch. Yeah, so we are going to sew 1 inch on this, from this. So 1 inch. Is here. So make sure that these points align. Okay, so that's why you have to pin before you do anything. You align these points because it's not funny. It's not funny when your dress is one side aligned and the other is not aligned. It's not funny, by the way. Yes, coming to Ghana December. How are you doing? Yeah. So it's not funny that it does not align right. So you have to align it right. And I'll take the 1 inch as well here. One inch is here. Should I use a marker? Which color will work best? Black marker? No. Maybe blue. It's not also working well, but okay, it's better than nothing. So I'm going to sew from up to down. For the down part, I'll shape it later. But for this upper part, it has to balance by fire, by force, by fire, by force. This point has to balance by fire, by force. Okay? And you have to finish this. You have to finish this point. You weave it. If you have a serger, you weave it. If you don't have, you use maybe a zigzag, any other method. But the point is finishing it and finishing it right. Do finishing on it. All right. Okay. I nearly missed this point. Nearly. I almost missed it, you see? So you have to be careful where you start from. So remember when I was cutting this, I did not cut in a straight line. So one part is short. I just cut with my eyes. So I'm just going to shape it a bit. Just going to shape it to make sure that everything is equal. So I didn't measure this one. I just cut. So, and I'm not hemming it. This is plastic bag. I don't need to waste too much time on it. I don't waste too much time on it. So you make sure that everything is equal, everything. And it's wiser when you're cutting initially to cut everything with measurements. This I did not measure. I measured with my eyes, so I'm paying for the consequences of my eyes. So yeah, I think this is it. So we're not going to do the start cuts. I'll put a zip on this later. Okay, I'm I'm going to put a zipper in this later. There is somewhere here I missed, like 2 stitches. And I just observed it now. Yeah, I missed the point, like 2 stitches. Okay, so this is it. This is the back, and this part is the front. It is supposed to be like this. This is the breast, where the breast sits, but remember, it's non-padded, it's plastic bag, it can't be straight enough. So yeah, and we have something here we have to fix. I'll fix that later. Okay, so our upper part is done. So now we are going for a skirt part. We need a skirt that is straight, just a straight skirt up to down in a wrapper form. So let me check this piece if it's enough. You measure from your waist to just a wrapper skirt, that's all. All right, so this length is enough for me. What I'm going to do now, the length is just enough, so I'm going to use this part of fabric for the skirt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew this line, this as a straight line. So since it's a wrap, I'll not waste so much time on it. So after that, I'm going to cut this open. Okay, so as I said, this is a wrapper. I want to see how I want to do this. So I'm going to get my hip measurement. Hip measurement divide by 2. My hip measurement is 44, 45, around there. Let me check again. You know, sometimes the hips decrease when you don't know. The hips can decrease when you don't know. Hey, can you imagine? They can increase and decrease. So I want to have the updated version of my hips. So I have 45.75. You see, I thought it's 45. So I had a 0.5. So 45 divided by 2. Let's use 45 divided by 2 is 22.5. I think so. 22.5. Okay. It must be 22.5. Yeah, it's 22.5. So I'm going to get 22.5 here. Yeah. So I have to make sure I have the 22.5. So I'm going to get my hip measurement, divide by 2. So this is 22.5. Yeah, so this 1 inch, I'll leave it. I'll just leave it since it's a wrap skirt, okay? So this is what is going to cover our skirt, and this is going to overlap. This will just overlap on the top. Okay, so this is just going to overlap, and we are going to cut part of it. So I'm going to fold in what I want to cut out. So you need, for the wrap skirt, you need your round hip measurement plus half. Okay, so if your round hip is what, 40, let's say 40, so you need the 40 and the 20. The 20 is going to wrap on the front. So now I'm going to cut this away. All right, so we are taking this away. Now this is what we are going to use. This is what we are going to use. So we are going to fold this. We are going to fold this by half again, and then we are going to take our dots. All right, so I'm going to, my waist divide by 4 equals 8.5. So waist divide by 4 is 8.5. You can do this your wrap skirt dartless without that. So you can cut the 8.5 here and shape it. So when you're sewing, you just sew like this, okay, on all the sides, but you leave this part out, the part that is supposed to be on the front. Or we are going to get our waist divide by 4. It's 8.5, and we are going to add 1 inch. That 1 inch is going to cater for the dart. 8.5 plus 1 inch. So that 1 inch will be for the dart, and another 1 inch. So it's 8.5 plus 1 inch for the dart plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, so this is the place I'm going to place my dart. So I'm going to make a line here. So depending on how long you want your dart to be, I want my dart to be 6 inches down, okay, to go down by 6 inches. So I'll come here and come here as well and make my dart like this, like this. And since it's a wrap skirt, another thing we can do, we have here is what we have, the excess we have is how much? We have here an excess of approximately 1 inch. We can make this dart like, okay, let's leave it like this. So this is our dart, okay. So I'm going to split this dart. I'm going to split this dart on all the lines. And after that, I'm going to get my tracing wheel. This is a tracing wheel. I'm going to trace out this dart just to show where it passes when I'm sewing. You can leave it and not split it out and just trace it out, or you can split it as I've done. But when you're splitting it, make sure I don't reach the point where it ends, because if you split to the point, there is no way you will join it, okay. So I'm going to check on this side. You see on all the lines now we have these marks of the tracing wheel, so we now know where our dart is going to pass. Now we are going to come here. So I'm going to come from my waist to my hip line is 10 inches. So from my waist to my hip line is 10 inches. That is for most people, but you have to check yours as well. So on this 10, this is the hip line now. So I'll get my hip measurement, divide by 4. My hip divide by 4 is what? Is 11.25. Okay, plus some sewing allowance. So it's almost invisible. So I'm going to get this and connect it here. Okay, so after connecting it here, I'll cut. All right, so for the rest down, we shall leave it as it is. Okay, the rest of it down, it will stay as it is. We shall not do anything from it. So we are going to sew these dots, all of them, and then we shall join the side seams, and that will be it. So I'm going to do the dots first. So depending on where some people are comfortable from coming from down to up, and others from up to down. So whatever you're comfortable with, do that. Okay. So may I like coming from up going down. So I'll do that. But if you feel comfortable from starting from down to up, also do that. Okay. I've sewn wrong, so I'm going back a bit. Some places are not right. All right. I need to check out something. I want to know the front side. Okay. So let me sew the dart first, then I'll see what to do. So I'm going to join this part as well. This is not a dart, it's a seam. Yeah. Not a dart, don't get confused. very important to pin the nag. Very, very important. So I had to repeat because I did not pin it. I did not pin it again. All right. So I'm done with my wrap skirt. But one thing I need to do, you have to identify the front parts. And after identifying the front parts, so this is the front part, this and this. So these pieces are the front parts, these two pieces. One of my phones is warning. So this is a wrap skirt, but these are the two parts that are going to overlap. So we are going to fold them in like this. And to get a proper fit on the waist, we are going to come down by 1 inch on the waist from the center. Okay, so I'm going to place my measuring tape like this and measure 1 inch on the center. Okay, so 1 inch is here. 1 inch is here. So I'm going to get a curved rule and connect to this point. Okay, in a curve. So I have to make sure that this also is in alignment. So this also has to be in alignment, and this as well. So for the center to fit, for the front part to fit very well, sit very well on your waist, you have to come down from the center front 1 inch down, and then this is the side front. So you're going to make a curve. You're going to make a curve like this. So we are going to cut off this piece. So I'm going to cut off this piece like this. So this is my center front part. After doing so you can now see that the back is longer than the front. If you place like this, you see we have a curve on the front, and here we have a curve as well. Okay, so this is our wrap skirt. One thing we are going to do is we are going to get a waistband, and the waistband, to get your waistband you must measure around your waist. So measuring around the waist to see how much you need for the waistband. So we have 52 inches. We are going to add, you can add 20 and make 70. Is it too much? Because we have to wrap around and tie. So 52, we shall use 70. I think it will be enough. So 52 and 70, 70 plus minus 52 from 70, that is 80. It's 18. So you measure how long you want your waistband to be. So I want my waistband to be 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch, I add 0.5 inches and again cut on fold like this. So it will not be perfect because it's not fabric. When it's fabric, it comes out perfect. But since we are using garbage bag, it will not come out perfect. But we shall try, okay? So I want to see how much this is. So we have, my goodness, we have 40 times 2 is 40 times 2 is 80. Okay, so this will be enough. This will be enough. So we are just going to cut here. I'll cut a line. So this is a well-defined line. I'll cut here. Okay. So this is the waistband we are going to use for our skirt. Now, one thing you can do, you can just establish the center. So this is the back, and let's assume this is the center. Let's just assume this is the center. of, you divide this by 2 and get the center. So this is the center. And now we are also going to get the center of this. So the center of this is going to be this. So the center is this. Let's take this. So the first thing we are going to do, you're going to sew from here. Make sure you're going to place the wrong side on the right side. We are going to sew this as we sew a bias. Okay, so we are going to place the wrong side on the right side. Okay, so you can fold this part as well. If you're using fabric, you can fold this part and iron it. Okay, you can fold the 0.5. Remember, we added 0.5 sewing allowance. So you press this 0.5 and press it so well. Okay, so you press the 0.5 here and you use 0.5 here. So that allowance you left will be out, and whatever you'll have remaining is what you'll use for the waistband. So what we are going to do, this is the wrong side. You place the right side. This is the right side, the side that is supposed to show from outside. You place the right side, the wrong side. Okay, bino bye bibeera ebikuukujju. Oddira ebikuukujju bya skati no bigatta ku wabweru w'omusipi gw'ogenda okuteekako. So let's pin. I hope I'm understood bannange. So we are going to pin. I'm going to sew from here to the other side and from here to the other side. Then I'll come back. Okay. So I'll start from the center. So you can first finish this as well. You sew it like you sew it this side like this. You can first do this and sew. Or let's first do that. So I think this will be easier. The right side, you're going to follow it up and come and fold in here like this, and then also fold this 0.5. Okay, I hope I don't confuse things. So let me just follow here like this. Okay, so this is the side. So I'm going to do this like this and this like this. Remember, it is 0.5. We are taking away 0.5 on both sides, and then I will sew a straight stitch. Okay, I hope I've done the right thing, because sometimes it confuses me, especially when I've sewn for long hours. I start getting confused. Okay. The problem with this fabric, it does this. Okay, it wrinkles a bit, you see here. So when we turn this in, it will look like this. Okay, so you can see here, when you turn in, this will be in the inside. And I'll cut off these excesses from the inside. So this is already formed. So I'm going to follow this as well, and I will fold this in like this, and take away the 0.5. 0.5, remember, and also take away 0.5 on this side. Okay, so after taking away 0.5 from both sides, I'm going to come and sew it. My goodness, dealing with plastic bag is not easy. So it's not stable at all, at all, at all. So cut off the excess. So when you turn it in, it's like this. Okay, so after doing that, let's sew from the center. So remember, we left 0.5 sewing allowance. It's what we are using. So we are using the 0.5. And when you reach the waist and the front, you go down. You follow it as it goes. So we have reached this side. So we are going to start from the center as well and take it the other side. So I'll cut off the excesses. So the exercise. All right. So after this, we are going to fold in on the outside. Now this is the outside of the fabric. So remember we had 0.5 here. So if you're dealing with fabric, make sure you iron out your 0.5. That 0.5, iron it. Huh? Please, if you don't iron it, you might not get things right. Iron the 0.5. Iron it so well. And after ironing it, so you see this part is finished. So on this part, the 0.5 as well is supposed to be folded in. So now we are going to come and fold in the 0.5. Remember, even we have to fold in the 0.5, which we use the sewing allowance here. So you're going to fold in 0.5 on both sides, and pin. You fold in. Already, if you have folded in the 0.5 on this side, you just pin. So you come here, you make sure that these raw edges, these ones, you put them inside, okay? You sew them inside. So I told you it might not come out as perfect because this, we have not ironed, we have not done anything, but when it's fabric, it comes out very well. So you fold in the raw edges, you leave them intact inside. So we are fixing on our waistband. You said you fold in the 5 and close. Okay. So we are almost done. Okay, so you also fold in the 0.5 on both sides. Remember, both sides have the 0.5. If you have not ironed, you see how it disturbs. But if you have ironed, it's as simple as eating matoke. It is as simple as eating matoke. Yes, so this is it. So the rest of the part is just sewing around it. And when you're sewing this band on the side that is going to show outside, please make sure you sew on the extreme end. We need our skirt very neat. Hey, it has to be so neat. Let me even start from here. Okay, so we are going to sew on the extreme end. So our waistband has to come out very, very, very neat. So let's begin. So if you have to take it slow, but get it right. Okay. That is plastic bag for you. Starting to sew it is a real challenge. It's real challenging. So I will hold this and I'm going to start. So this will help me pull. Okay. So you have to be careful. Start somewhere. I told you it might not come out so neat, but still it will be a little bit. Since it's not real fabric, it's sometimes not as good as we are using fabric, but we try. We try you. So make sure when you're sewing you capture both sides. You don't sew away. I'm trying to make it as neat as I can. Yeah. Okay, so we are done with our waistband. I tried you people. I tried it. I tried being neat as I could. Yeah, so let's see. So this is the inside. Yeah, it's not as perfect as one of the fabric, but yeah, it's not as bad as well. So this is how it has come out. But are these belts enough? That's the question. Are they enough to wrap around? And hey, they are enough by fire, by force. So let me try to lay out my skirt. So this is the front of our skirt. So this is our wrap max skirt. Must cut off all the excess threads, and hem as well. But I'm not hemming. You must hem here. You hem, You hem banange, unless the skirt, the design of the fabric doesn't need hemming, but you have to hem. Okay, so this is the front. You can see that the front is shorter on the waistline than the back. So we also come here and wrap. So this is the front as well. So this is our piece. Okay. But I have to add some detail on this skirt to make it look like the what? To make it look like the what? The designer herself. Hey. Yes, it has to look like the designer herself. So this is the top. And this is the skirt. So I told you it has to look like the designer. Leave alone the jokes, it has to. There are no excuses here. So when you see most of these dresses, Mishanana sort of, they don't have this. They don't have this. They are like this. I'm making over Mishanana, I don't know. I don't know what it is called. So they are made like this, but personally, me, I don't like sleeveless. Okay, I don't like sleeveless. Not even sleeveless, strapless. Half of it, half like this. I don't like. So so since since I'm older than my age, I don't like these straps. I put these straps on. Okay, so I'll stop here today. I'll put the zipper later. I'll design a little bit on the edges later. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm stopping the live here today. Hey, it's almost morning. My duty is almost over. So thank you everyone who has watched this live. I love you so much. Please subscribe on my YouTube. It's my link is in the bio. If you're on TikTok and you want to subscribe, just follow my link in the bio. It will take you direct to my YouTube. You subscribe, you hit the notification bell. When I put up a video or I go live, you'll be notified, of course. Okay, so I'm tired. I need to sit down without pressure, not being on live, and I'm going to design this dress a bit. But now black with black is not It's beautiful, but it's not giving vibes, eh? Yeah. So I have to think of a design now, put it on. In the morning, I'll put the video up of how this came out. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much. I love you, my TikTok family. Mbagala bitya. Banaye mumpe ka follow badia. Yeah, mumpe ka follow me, subscribe, and I teach sewing online, only online. I teach sewing online. So if you're interested in learning how to sew, yeah, you can contact me. My number is in the bio. If you're outside Uganda, you put +256. If you're in Uganda, you just put the number as it is. Yes, and subscribe on my YouTube and follow me on this TikTok. Banangi. Yeah, that's all for today. Have a good morning. Bye bye. Or good night. Wherever you are, whatever time it is. Checho. Good morning or good night. Good night. So, goodbye. Goodbye. Where do I switch off? Okay. What is happening? It has failed to switch off. Forgive me, please. And I don't want my camera to fall down. But it has failed. Oh my god. Unstable connection. What's happening? Mukimanyi live eganye okufa ku baana mmwe. End live. Okay. So, I'm off now on TikTok. Let's continue on YouTube. My YouTube family. My YouTube family. So, let me even pause a bit. Let me pause a bit too. So, I'm off on YouTube, on TikTok. So I'm going to try to design up this dress. Yeah. So, someone has made me laugh here, please. You know what? Someone has told me here that she wants a bursary for online classes. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay, let's continue. Oh my goodness. So, let's see how to decorate our dress. I have these pieces. I don't know if they will look good on this. So I thought of putting them on. So I have these pieces. So I don't know how I'm going to place them on, but I feel they will at least give some. Should I place them on the hems? And here on the top, how do I place them? I want my top to look nice. I want my top to look nice. So I think this will work. What do you think? Don't you think this will work? And I have these 2 extra pieces. Wait a minute. I can use this and cover this part here. Yeah. Then these 2 pieces, I don't want to be so much, but I don't want to be so. These 2 pieces, what do I do with them? Should I place them here? Let me see. Decorating a dress is not that easy as well, but it's not difficult as well. So can we make it like this? If we sew this like this, let me try and see. So I'll not tie it. I think I'll just do this here. Or I do this. Let me check out what works. You can do this like this. And also for the back part, so you can tell me in the comment section and say, dress, that is not good, it's not giving. You can tell me it's not giving, my dear. Leave it. So I'm thinking of doing this here, like this, and doing the same on this side, like this. I'm just seeing if it will work. And then for this piece, I place it here. Okay. Then place this on the hem, around the hem. So we can place this on the hem. Okay. Will it look beautiful? Huh? You can do that. Or I think here for the waist, it's good, and we need to cover up this as well. So that's why I thought it's wise to put on the waist. I messed up something here, so I have to cover it up. Okay, we need our design to be beautiful enough. So another thing we can do, we can place this in a ribbon form. And stitch it here. And stitch it here. Let me try with the so we fold like this. and then after folding we do like this. Okay, so after doing like this, we place it here. After placing it here, we sew. You can do this here and also do the same for this part. How is this? I think they all look beautiful. The first looks beautiful, and this as well looks beautiful, but I think this might look more beautiful. Huh? My fellow designers, please tell me, we are designing together. Personally, I think this looks more beautiful. That's what I think. Huh? What do you think? Hmm? And then this one will place it down. So okay, let me do what I've decided already. Let me first finish with what I've decided. So for this, I'm going to do it. Let me do the so we are sewing this on this. Just making one straight stitch. If it's fabric, you sew on this side and on this side, but it's not fabric, so I'll just make a stitch up here, just on one side. So I'll not bother myself since it's not fabric. But we have to make sure it's long up to this. Okay, so what we have to do, I think this we shall have extra for this. So as I said, we are going to get the center of this. So this is the center. We are going to try to take it around. Let's see if we have some excess. So whatever excess we shall have, we shall use it on this. So let me first sew. But I feel this design is childish. This is childish. It looks childish. It's funny. It has looked beautiful, but I feel it's like it's childish. It's too childish. too. Oh my God. What do I do for this? This is okay, but I feel it's too childish. That's what I feel. Does it look beautiful? Yes. But okay, let me take this aside and first finish this. Okay, so there is nothing we are doing extra. We are just sewing a straight stitch. So okay. Oh my goodness. I'm going to leave the light here. So we have finished our skirt. I have to go off. Someone needs my help now. Now. So whatever is remaining, I've explained what I'm going to do. So it's nothing extra. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to place the zipper first. What do I do? Do I place the zipper first, or I have to remove this, place this, remove the place this, and then put the zipper. So thank you everyone for watching. I really love you so much. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I put up a new video. I love you so much. I have to leave you now. Yes. Good night, good morning, good evening.